Hi everyone, welcome back to Kavita's Sugar and Spice. We used to love caramel custard since childhood and used to go to restaurants just to eat that. At that time, we used to think that this dessert can be made only by baking. But today, I'm going to show you how to make caramel custard both ways, in the oven and on stovetop. So let's start cooking. For the custard, I have 2 cups of whole milk here. I'm going to warm it. You don't have to boil it, just a warm milk is fine. When this is getting ready, we'll start making our caramel. For that, I have 1/3 cup of sugar and I'm adding 2 tablespoons of water to the side of the saucepan. The flame is in medium. So we'll start making the caramel. You need to stay there, watch it because it might burn pretty fast. So once it's like a golden brown color like this, we can transfer it into our pan. So I'm using a 7-inch by 2-inch pan here. So give it a swirl and make sure the bottom is covered. So let it rest and we'll go to the next step. Next I'm going to beat 4 eggs. Once the eggs are beaten well, we can add 1/2 cup of sugar into this. Once you add sugar, beat it again until it is nice and smooth. Next, we'll add 1 tablespoon of vanilla essence and mix it again. I've seen people using blender to make this mixture, which is another good option as long as your blender doesn't smell like any masala or anything. Now we have our warm milk ready here. I'm adding it little by little and mixing it. It is not a good idea to pour the entire milk at once because it may not get mixed well. So once this is ready, we can strain it to get a smooth mixture. Now we are going to pour this into our caramel pan. Make sure the caramel is nice and hard before you pour it. Next step is to cover this pan with an aluminum foil. If it is too big, it's a good idea to trim its edges. That way it will not dip in the water while we are cooking. Now this is ready. Our next step is to place a saucepan on the stove. Place a piece of cloth or something on the bottom of the saucepan. Gently place the custard pan inside the saucepan. And now we are going to pour some boiling water. You should be very careful while doing this. Pour the water about half across the bottom of the pan. Now we are going to cover it and cook it in a low flame or sim for about 20 to 25 minutes. I'm placing a plate on top of this so that the aluminum foil stays in place. Another option to cook this caramel custard is by baking. Let me show you how we do that. Place the custard pan in a baking dish and pour hot water, exactly how we did in the other method, until half of the height of the pan. Bake it for 45 to 55 minutes in a 350 degree Fahrenheit or 175 degrees Celsius oven. Now our stovetop method should be ready. Let me remove it carefully from the saucepan and place it outside. This needs to completely cool down to room temperature before we place it in the refrigerator. So before that, I'm going to remove this foil and you can see all the water from vapor and condensation. So we can blot it with a paper towel. Cover it back with the paper towel, and once it's room temperature, refrigerate it for 6 to 8 hours or overnight. Now our custard is ready after refrigeration. Now in order to unmold, run a knife around the rim of the pan and place a plate on top of the pan and invert it quickly. Gently unmold the custard. Now we have our caramel custard ready. Like I said, I used a 7 by 2 inch pan. If you want a thicker custard, you can use a 6 by 3 inch pan. This is ready to serve, but I think it will taste much better when it's room temperature rather than directly from the refrigerator, which is again totally your personal choice. Now our easy homemade caramel custard is ready. Please do try it and let me know your thoughts. Thank you for watching and have a wonderful day. Bye bye.